Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? I can't hear you. Can you guys hear me? Hey everybody. Winging it. It might be a little verbal diarrhea, so I apologize. But I, like many of the women here, suffer with endometriosis. I had my second surgery with Dr. Nezhat in 2014, and he gave me my quality of life back. Woo! Go Dr. Nezhat! I've been involved with EndoMarch since the beginning. I was in the DC EndoMarch in 2013. I was 14. 2015, I was here in Palo Alto, and I'm here again. I'm very happy to represent Nevada because I am the Nevada Chapter President. Yay! Go Nevada! Yeah. And I'm here to represent any woman who could not come here today. And I know, raise your hand if you have endometriosis. You are all troopers. It is not easy being here, and it is super hard to explain to your loved ones what you go through. It is hard to explain how you now have limits, how some days you don't want to go on, how some days you feel like you're mentally insane, how some days you're scared to go to the bathroom, how some days you're afraid that what you finally were able to eat stayed in your stomach and is not coming up. And I can't tell you how many women I've met who said, I am so happy you shared your story because I thought I was alone. Raise your hand if you had endometriosis and you thought you were alone. And it's a scary thought, and I'm sorry to say, and I want to just give a small moment of silence for my endo sisters who weren't able to make it past that stage of their life when they thought they were alone. So what I'd like to say is it's important to know that you're not alone. And when you know it, it's great, and it's important to let other people know. I know it's scary to talk about your vulnerability, to talk about what you're scared of, to talk about how you don't think you're gonna make it. I did it. I have lots of verbal diarrhea videos online where I'm sobbing my heart out, where I just turned the camera on, and I just started talking about some of the topics I have are things you find out people say to you when you have endometriosis, the things people don't tell you when you have this disease, the things doctors will say to you that will drive you nuts. We had our first speaker who talked about you have a choice. And when your doctor tells you you don't, and you're already at the end of your ropes, what are you gonna do? And this is where you rise up, and you advocate for yourself, and you let your endo sisters know you will advocate for them. Because if you know anybody who has endometriosis, you know you've got that bond. You've got your sister, you've got this whole 1 in 10 women have it. We're all here for each other. And I think it's important, and I know you're scared sometimes to talk about it. Do talk about it. I have sent women I don't even know from the state of Nevada to Dr. Nezhat who thought they couldn't have babies. I am friends with women on Facebook now. Last year were at the march, this year have babies when they were told they couldn't have babies. Miscarriage after miscarriage. Failure to them in their minds, a failure. But they did it, and they're a mom today. And it's amazing because somebody told them you have a choice when nobody else was saying that. So I would challenge all of you today. If you hear of somebody who might have issues, if you hear about a high schooler who seems like a flaky person, because when they have their period, they can't get out of bed, you know it's more than a period. You know, you live it. There's more to that story. And what you can do is you hit social media. It doesn't even have to be social media. You tell your family, you tell your loved ones, I need a little help. I need you to understand this is not normal. I'm lucky I can walk, I can travel, I can do these things. I can't imagine what it was like living for 2 years not being able to walk. But I know that she's not the only one. You're not the only one out there. And the more people who get up and say, I have endometriosis, but I am more than my disease, I'm not just this disease, the more awareness we will raise. The more you can show you have a life. You have a choice. You can get up and walk with some help. You can have a better quality of life. You can do it. I did it, you can do it. And I know it's hard, but there are people who are gonna help you along the way. Sometimes that's all that one person on YouTube who just researched endometriosis, got the diagnosis that something was wrong, or is trying to figure out what is wrong. That video changed a life. That video saved the day. That video spawned more voices and more voices to talk, to raise awareness, so that we are not at home crying in our pajamas thinking we're alone. Because you're not. You're not. And I want to say that I'm available in so many ways, and I'm not the only one. There are lots of support groups out there. And we would love for you to be our endo sister, to join us. And I have so much love to the people who don't have endometriosis, who walk beside my endo sisters, because that is a hard role too, especially if you're male. Raise your hand, my males, my guys, where you at? Where you guys at? You're our voice when we can't speak. You're the ones who make people realize it's not just a women thing, it's an everybody thing. You have a sister, you have a wife, you have an aunt, you have a girlfriend, you have a woman in your life, guess what? Endometriosis affects you. And the more people we get to talk about it, the more people who raise awareness, the more men who stand up with us, the better we're going to be. We've already made leaps and bounds. I mean, look where we're at. Everybody give yourselves a hand. And I really want to thank you guys for all coming out here, especially my endo sisters, because I know it's not easy. I know you get scared when, oh, you don't want to be that girl who has endometriosis. But we're all that girl who has endometriosis. We all know somebody who has it. Whether they know it or not, it's another story. So I just want to say thank you again for letting me speak. And remember, we all have choices, and you all have a voice that will be heard. Your one post can spawn so much. Your one voice will do so much. And this is all our voices that we are going to make a change in today's society and how people view women with endometriosis and the disease in general. Thank you.